In another fight coming up this Saturday, October 2nd, from the UK, we're going to see tribal warfare. And that's something that's going to be hot-blooded. And it'll be because Leigh Wood will be defending his WBA Featherweight title against Josh Warrington, former champion himself, and someone who is looking to put their cross rivalry to bed. This fight right here, if we were all from the UK, we'd be buying bags of brew and popcorn to sit in. It'll be just as if one of the famous football rivalries over there were taking place when these two gentlemen meet up against one another. So let's talk a little bit more about Wood versus Warrington for the W. James Brown had a song called Doing It to Death. Yeah! And that's what's going to be happening this Saturday, October 7th, from the UK, when Leigh Wood takes on Josh Warrington for his WBA Featherweight title. These two men are approaching this fight with football-like rivalry, as I suggested. And it's interesting because both men, having been multiple-time world champions, are coming in to prove amongst one another in their own land who will really be the man. This fight is taking place in Sheffield Arena in Sheffield, where Leigh Wood is coming in, the champion currently, with his boxing IQ, and at the age of 35, he's looking to prove something culturally towards Josh Warrington that may either impress Warrington or suppress Warrington. Yeah. His record of 27-3 with 16 KOs is what he's bringing in, and he is looking as an orthodox fighter to put it on the line. He's 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. And Warrington, who's going to come in to do his best to take that title away from Leigh Wood, he's looking to prove him wrong as he brings his record of 31-2 with one draw, but only 8 KOs. Now, Warrington isn't known as a puncher, but he is scrappy, and he's definitely accustomed to roughhouse tactics. He's 32 years of age, an orthodox fighter. He stands 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. And Warrington, whose 2 losses have come to the likes of Luis Alberto Lopez, where he lost a majority decision, and back in February of 2021, he was stopped in the 9th round by Mauricio Lara. It was a knockout. He was down in the 4th and in the 9th rounds in those fights, and Lara was a big puncher. Leigh Wood is not so much the big puncher, but he is a ball of activity. Warrington, who has fought the likes of Luis Alberto Lopez, who is a current champion, Kiko Martinez, Lara, and even Kid Gallahan and Carl Frampton over the past few years, his record is proven as a fighter, and he is expecting to come in with the type of championship caliber experience that Leigh Wood may not necessarily be able to measure up to. But Wood, in his last fight, has shown against Mauricio Lara that he was able to win against a hard-punching Lara and go the distance. He had Lara down once in the second round. He was cut over in his own eye in the fourth from a head clash, but it didn't stop him. And let me say this about Warrington. Warrington likes to headbutt. It's part of his arsenal. He will mix in headbutts just like you mix in uppercuts and left hooks. This is something Wood is going to have to be careful of. Now we go back to when he knocked out Michael Conlan, which was earlier in the year of 2022, March to be exact. He stopped him in the 12th round. Many people didn't see that fight ending so abruptly, but Wood was down in the first round, rocked severely, and barely made it out of that first round. But he dropped Conlan in the 11th and then knocked him out of the ring in the 12th prior to the stoppage. He had Conlan going. It was a surprising end to that fight, and many people didn't expect that type of action. But Leigh Wood is the type of guy that is going to lay it on the line. I think he's misunderstood due to the haircut he wears, because it's kind of a weird little, I don't know, bonsai type cut that he wears, but he seems to enjoy that. But the gentleman can fight. Both of these gentlemen can fight, and they're going to bring it on that night. The UK crowd in attendance, I wouldn't be surprised if there were fights that broke out in the crowd. That's what these men bring. Again, a football-like atmosphere with rivals and rivalry, region, and pride. So this is going to be the type of fight. It could be blood and guts like Gotti versus Ward, or it could be a quick and over type deal like what we saw with the Conlan fight for Leigh Wood, how that ended, or the Mauricio Lara fight with Warrington, where the ending came abruptly. You just didn't see it, and boom, it was over just like that. But I'm excited because I like to see guys like this when the skill set may be limited, but the heart and the desire is immeasurable. And that's what I feel that's going to happen here. I feel that that's the type of fight we're going to get from these guys. And if we do, it'll just continue bringing forward that story that we get from the sport of boxing in 2023. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes down to these two men and who's going to fare to be for the win, the W. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.